I've got bruised souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Rock bottom make the man and some pressure make a gemstone. Trying to put $1 to my name like Creflo. Niger boy, late to the game, it's in the blood flow. But I'm from the south, it's thick skin and tough bone. Big attitude through big lips with gusto. Trust no kings, that's why they tried to crush souls. But it's IGBO, when the dust blow, this old head be standing there. No silver, just gold. Crack no books on the hustle, I was born to grind. Yo, scared of your potential, I'm adorned with mine. 30 times around the sun, man, of course I shine. My legacy will not dwarf with time. And in my daughter's eyes, it's basic, I must not say quit. Every day sees a present like a Rob St. Nick. Walk a fine line between tenacious and patient. I can't slip, I'm fighting clocks and they can't win.
I've got bruised souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got bruised souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Impeccably I flow, hardest raps you know, breaking status quo, reaping what I sow, artistry like Van Gogh. Get it from my mama hip, so thick that I need tempo. Personality, spicy body banging like a bongo. Cause black women been it since Timbuktu, since Pharaoh. Sponge rollers and hot combs, lips, cheeks and brow bones. If you ain't for the culture, then please stay out of my zone. These little dummy rappers could never grace my headphones. See, I'm from a place in space where ain't no storytelling, you just had to have been there. If you want the battle, ain't no problem, say where. I got so much experience, I can't even play fair. But I'ma keep evolving and growing and hurting feelings and showing you need endurance to go in. I got mileage on this pen, I've been busy cause I've been out here schooling all these kids. Took 3 decades to have this glow up that I did.
I've got bruised souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got bruised souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. Turn all of my
guys were checking shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Aslı.
Chloe, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh, you wanna get sued?
Judgment, Aslı.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a running. But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, boss. I love it when he does that.
Let's watch.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. And it's so good to be here with you guys tonight. Sorry for the late start, and I put the video up a little bit late too tonight and the live stream, but I was gathering some information. We have a lot to go over. Very strange goings on. If you want to kind of know more about it, because I'm not going to play anything here, but nonsense has been added all day, and many times this person has been brought up because they're wanting attention, I guess, and they're not getting the proper attention that they think that they should have or something. But we're going to get into it. Marion, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. And Kylie's Nail Candy is here. And Witchy Mama, so good to see you. And yeah, Witchy Mama. So I was watching a lot of nonsense on the web, right? Like that's who the creator on here. And again, this person, Grimy Crime Chronicles, is at it again. And it's really scary. And, I don't want to over dramatize anything, but I think you guys know that when people are on the internet and they're pretending to be someone else and they're wreaking a bunch of havoc, and then that person is, everybody's going to think that that person is this person, right? And it can get very scary and very dangerous. This person who we're going to talk about tonight has children, and I in no way, shape, or form will put up with anybody's coming in here acting like an idiot. If you have something constructive to tell me, or if you feel like I have something wrong, be respectful. Because this is very serious. This lady has single white femaled me. She's done it to this person now, too, in my opinion. And it's so much my opinion that I reached out to this person and sent them a direct message and said, here's this video, just so you know. Protect yourself against this person. I've already reached out to the FBI about this person. Of course, they were under Forever Nikki's mom, and then I had to remake another report about it. But all of the aliases will rack up over time, right? Because she goes by Krama Chronicles with a K on both, and Crime Chronicles with a K on both words. Right? Because she tries to change who she is. She doesn't want people finding out who she is. But why not? What's the big flippin' deal? Are you going to melt? Are you going to spontaneously combust? No, you're not. So what's the deal? But you most certainly cannot impersonate other people on this platform and then do all this weird stuff and have people looking you up and they're thinking you're another person with the same name. Just the middle name is different, or it looks like maybe this person hyphenated their last name, using their maiden name with their last name. It's crazy. Coffee Crime and Cat, so good to see you. And I've done a lot of videos on these people, guys, and these are all the people that came with the photo that they screenshotted from Justin's live. This is when these people were really coming out of the woodwork, and they were mods, a very short time for me before all of that happened, because I didn't start going live until December 1st of 2024, I believe. Yes. So I used to only make videos. And good to see you, Coffee Crime and Cats. And also my PTSD, I'm so sorry to hear about your dog, Maggie May. I'm so very, very sorry about that. And I have a dog that's in doggy heaven too, and I miss him all the time. So I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that, and I'm glad that you're here. And Cinderella is here. Good to see you, Cinderella. And thank you guys for showing love too in the chat. And Kiki is here. Hey, Kiki, good to see you. Yeah, the trolls are out. We just tell them to suck a pencil. That would they just go on out and suck a pencil. An English bulldog. Oh my goodness, I bet she's so cute. I love, smushy dogs. Those are my favorite ones. But I love all dogs and cats. Sorry, guys, I don't want to miss anybody here, but I appreciate you guys all being here. So we are going to talk about some crazy stuff tonight. I apologize. It's usually true crime. Tonight it's going to be maybe a little bit of both, depending on where things take us. We are talking about true crime or crama creators. And this is why this genre is so horrible, because these people don't care who they hurt. They don't give a flying F who they hurt. Hey, Bo, good to see you. It's disgusting. And they're forever trying to find out who everybody is, never want their own identity exposed. Hello, Stephanie Williams. Rarely show themselves on camera, right? Hey, Chuchi, good to see ya. We were just wondering. Good to see you, Chuchi. I was like, I need to text her after the show. And good to see you, Rob Beanie. Rob Beanie is here. And thank you, Chuchi, for telling people to hit the like button. And thank you guys for hitting the like button. It definitely gets me in the algorithm. I did a good show earlier about true crime. I was very passionate about it. I am very passionate about the subject, and I would like to talk more about it. So if you guys didn't get to see the live earlier, definitely check that out. We did a really good day live, in my opinion. So check it out. And okay, that's what I was thinking. And I know that you had baseball, and stuff like that. Right now it's baseball season. So hello, IML. Good to see you. So oh my goodness, I know. And we're just all of us love animals. And thank you guys so much for being so sweet. So tonight we're going to talk about the dark triads, right, of the community, right? There are a lot of people here that have the best hearts that are really into these cases because maybe they've gone through something similar or because it does take our minds off of things, right? If we think we can solve something or we find something interesting, it helps us in many ways. I think true crime can be a very positive, but then there's this very negative underbelly that not a lot of people are aware of. I certainly wasn't aware of it when I first started all this. But these ladies seem to be like a pro at it or something. I don't know. Um, oh, okay. Second week of June. Okay, great, Kiki. Thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure I've written some questions down in my notebook because because I'm old school like that and I have to go over there and fish for them. But that's okay. Yeah, or I'll email them to you. I'll just type them out and email them to you if that's okay. Or I could always text them also. I could voice to text them. That'd be faster. So, good to see you, IML. So, yeah, guys, we're dealing with people that are very unhinged at the moment, right? And I don't want to bring in some of the aspects and show you guys because to me, it's not worth the bickering back and forth, right? But I do think that people need to be aware and beware of this person, right? So this person has lost their ever loving mind, in my opinion. Okay. We talk about the dark triad here and we kind of like laugh at them, right? We're like, you guys are ridiculous, little trolls. You never want to come into the chat and stay on topic. You're trying to control what's going on, right? All eyes on me. Guys, this is a very textbook syndrome, if you will, the dark triad. I'm not a doctor by any means, but look, these are going to give you the roadmap and the criteria. And if the shoe fits, wear it. It's not my freaking problem. You're a weirdo. Get a life and move on. Dark triad. Three distinct traits that share the darker side of the human nature, right? we talk about narcissism here all the time. The need for admiration and lack of empathy, right? Nose in the air, I'm better than thou, grandiosity like a motherfucker, right? Entitlement, lack of empathy, attention seeking, arrogance. Sound familiar? Anyone? Bueller? All right. So, couponing, good to see you couponing. So, these people exist among us and they infiltrate our community because they think that they're smarter than everybody else and no one's ever going to figure them out. But today, finally, ding, 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 we have some clarity and people are willing to be truthful and look for the truth. And I always will respect that no matter if I don't agree with you 90%, 99% of the time. Nonsense, exactly. And nonsense is not who I'm saying is on the dark triad, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that about nonsense. What I'm saying is she's, if you want to know what they've been talking about all day over there, because I mean, I've already told everybody this. I've already done videos and live streams, and I'm like, I'm never going to talk about it again. But here we are because it's very dangerous, this behavior. It's clownish and it's also dangerous. And I'm going to always stick up for people. And especially when I see this being done to an innocent woman, like it was done to me, I'm going to stand up against it and I'm going to show everybody what she's doing. Every single time. Every single time. So keep on acting like a jerk. And I will just show people and present exactly your behaviors to you. You're older than I am, but I feel like I have to school you. Machiavellianism, the tendency to manipulate and exploit others. Check. Check. Manipulation, strategic, all those stupid. They're not very smart, these ones we're dealing with. Just a disclaimer. Disciplined, emotionally detached, focused on power, right? They love it. They love to control the situation. You know? So, yeah, Robini, I'm talking about Forever Nikki's mom. I think you were a mod for me back then. All of you OGs should know exactly what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to re-explain it all, and I'm not going to. You guys who watch my lives, you know, I'm sorry, and I don't mean that to be like, oh, I'm not explaining it, but it's just I've really, you know, the term or the phrase "beat a dead horse," right? I mean, it's just over and over again, and I'm not, you know, I just don't want to continue on. What I'm really worried about is this woman who has two little kids, who has a whole entire family of people who love her, and Krama Chronicles, right? Grimy Crime Chronicles is impersonating this person and wreaking havoc all over the true crime community of people that like to go real life on other people. I mean, scary. Scary. Psychopathy. The lack of empathy and remorse, lack of empathy, impulsivity, not thinking about the fact that this woman has a whole family, and you're impersonating her doing fuck shit on the internet. How dare you? How dare you? Risk taking, lack of remorse, antisocial behavior. Okay, that's a AI generated dark triad that I made for the show. Thank you, AI. Unbelievable. Right, and that is a princess kicking a troll's ass. All right, and this is what we're talking about today. Crime Chronicles. She started out as Krama Chronicles with the K because she thought that she was going to be some kind of a badass Billy over on the hate side. Hello, Nani McPoppins. And Grimy, which I call her Grimy Crime Chronicles, is impersonating people again. She impersonated me. And I'll show you. Stephanie Woods Beveridge is a person, a whole person with a whole life, that this woman is used her photo to do an AI version of this lady. And then she's going around all over and pissing everybody off. Unfreaking believable. She's already been demonetized from YouTube for acting like a psycho, for doing these very crazy things. It's illegal. My PTSD, that's why I sent this video to this person. Everybody needs to know that this is not crimey, grimy Crime Chronicles. It's not. It's not. It's some other lady that shares her first and last name. Yeah, I don't know, Kiki. I didn't get to watch it. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you know, Nonsense been going off on it all day. And then I think Earth even came up and said a couple of things about it, which I'm glad they've noticed, because she pretended like she had nothing to do with my channel at all for the longest. And then when I would show receipts, she would report me to YouTube and they would get taken down. Well, I highly doubt they're going to do anything about her crap right now, because this is a person who has nothing to do with any of this BS on these streets. She doesn't deserve to have this person acting like her, so that when people go and try to go real life on Crime Chronicles, Crimey Grime Chronicles, they're going to end up going real life on this lady. She doesn't give a crap. Unbelievable. Terrifying behavior. Now, this is Stephanie Lynn Beveridge. This is who she was portraying herself to be to begin with, right? And I showed you guys how weird it was and creepy. And then she turns around and says that this is her daughter. No, it's not. No, it's not. And not out of respect for you, but out of respect for your daughter, which you seem to have none. I'm not going to show her picture, but I'm here to tell you I did tribute videos for this woman, and I have every single receipt on it. Lady Freedom's Raw Narratives at gmail.com if you want them. I'm not going to waste my time posting them here, especially because nobody gives a shit about it until a year later when the shit's hitting the fan in their own community. I want it gone from mine. I have grown leaps and bounds from the beginning when I was running with Terry Lynn's kin and all of them shitheads over there. And I'm not willing to jeopardize what I've built for these people. Needs mental health badly, Robini. Badly. And this poor woman is none the wiser to it until now. Because when I first found out about it, I didn't know what to do. And I sat there and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to tell her that this person is impersonating her. Yeah, that's her. That's Forever Nikki's Mom, Crime Chronicles. With the one that says Lynn underneath it, that's her. That's the picture she doesn't want anybody to see, so she's impersonating other people from Facebook that have the same name as her. So she probably just typed in the name and it pulled right up. Unfreaking believable. Yeah, I did tell her, Nani. I did. And I had to do this once before when all of this other crap was going on. I had to tell a lady named Tacey Lynn that they were impersonating her. She's a sign language girl that does like different songs, the sign language, or she might post a video of her doing sign language to different sayings and things like that, right? TikTok videos and things. I don't know exactly how they do those because I don't do that style of video. But either way, I had to tell them they're impersonating you and coming after me. She was grateful to know. Well, and that's the thing, Kiki, is that they want it to be krama where everybody talks bad about everybody else. And it doesn't do anything besides get the back and forth going. That's the problem. I mean, it's never going to end. It's just a tit for tat. So you said this about me. No, I'm going to respond to it. Then you respond to what I had to say, and back and forth like a ping pong ball. And it's stupid. So, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible, Bo. It's horrible. And I don't understand um why they want to do that. Like, I don't understand why they want to cause this trouble on people who have nothing to do with it also. That's the sickest part for me. And to see this person has kids. And she always talks about her littles. Does she even have kids, or what is going on? I don't really care, but I mean, it's just really sick. And again, she's portraying somebody else in her photos. I mean, she does, Chuchi. She has serious mental health issues. I mean, 100% serious. And she hides them until she pulls some crap like she did on Nonsense, or what Nonsense was playing. It was a panel, and then she runs with that elevated goof guy. They all run together. I mean, all I have to do is probably send them this person pictures of these other people that they're running with. And it's a scary situation. They're unhinged. They talk about all of this crazy stuff and victimize themselves, and then they turn around and blame it on everybody else. And they're steady in the background doing all of this crazy, horrible crap. Like when she hacked into my email, my mod email that I had to shut down. So I used to have a mod email that would be joint for my mod manager to look into the emails and help me with it. She really messed up that trust. And then she goes and emails people stuff as if I emailed it for about myself. This person is completely dangerous, and she's already been banned from YouTube, so I don't know why they continuously allow her to go on panel to panel to panel, spreading this hatred and this awful rhetoric is beyond me. And then also impersonating another person, like a real life person. It's not just a stock photo. She's not catfishing with a stock photo, guys. She's using a real person. Unbelievable. It is the Jerry Springer of true crime. No, and they never show any receipts either. Not one. Not one. Yeah, there's a small group. I mean, like, I enjoy Matt Thibodeau. He is a good creator. I enjoy his content. We have a lot of good people out there that put out, facts and receipts on things. And that's the most important thing, is that we need to put facts and receipts on these things. You can't just say something about somebody and, oh, that's why I had to show this tonight. I had to show people what she's doing. Because it's not the first time she's done it. She did it with this photo, and then she said it was her daughter, and it's not. Her daughter is a beautiful girl, and she doesn't look anything like this. Right? But instead she uses her daughter, who passed away. And then she sits there and has a fit, feigning outrage. And again, I did send this to the lady who she's impersonating, because I would want to know, especially if this psycho was doing that. I would want to know. Yeah, but you know what? The thing is that, in my opinion, it seems like, Kylie, that they don't have that bad of a life, but they want to make it better, or they want to portray themselves to be much more than they really are. And that's always a huge problem. And that's what falls on the dark triad, that grandiosity. Instead of saying, I'm proud of who I have and my family is and who I love and everything. They just, and Kylie says, sorry, I usually read it first. I'm fired up today, I'll tell you what. They can just discuss their own crappy lives, leave true crime out of it. And I agree with that. I think it's awful that these families are going through enough, and then you have people coming in and making things worse. And they know they're making things worse, and they have no remorse for it whatsoever. She does. She needs to be admitted. I don't know if her husband knows what she's doing, or if anybody really knows what she's doing, but I know the FBI knows. And maybe they're fixing to know more because, maybe this other lady isn't going to put up with that shit. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't want anybody doing crap on my picture, even if they turned it into an AI. But these are the people that we're dealing with. No, she doesn't have a job or anything, Cinderella. And I know that she puts a lot of time and effort into this crap. She really does. And then she acts outraged when people call her out on it. Oh, that's not true. Yes, it is true. How many aliases does she have? I've seen a bunch of accounts that use same phrasing. So she has multiple accounts. Um, she even has another one called um, I'd have to look. I should probably get all of them together and put a video together. Because she's admitted to being that one. That's why I'm saying they're not smart. It's not like they're not transparent about this. They're super transparent about it, guys. You can trace these people back to where they came from. And I had to learn how to do that because they were coming after me in the same way. Going real life, where does she live? Let's send over an ape and his wife. That resulted in a lifetime restraining order. And since then, that same creator has had 2 more slapped on him. 2 more. You know? Yeah, it's really scary with the AI. You're right, Kylie. It is. You can clone anyone's content as you can with the AI. Yeah, it's really scary. You know? And Nani McPoppins is that poor unsuspecting lady, not to mention impersonating someone, and especially when you're someone dealing with people and she doesn't know. Well, right. And some mentally sick, which could put this lady in danger, and it's not good. And I agree with that. And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I should probably DM her. And I mean, I hate to be the one to do that, but if it's going to keep somebody safe, because she is literally making everybody angry, and she pops off for the littlest things. Like, she didn't even have a direct beef with nonsense, yet she's popping off on her about something for truth. And Nani, thank you for clarifying in your opinion. Yeah, no, thank you for that. West Virginia. So yeah, Kylie, she is jealous of good content creators. She's upset because she really messed up. And there were things that she was doing, and she was spreading lies around, for one. And saying it as a fact, you can't do that. I know she was doing that for a fact. Um so Yeah, well, the truth always comes to light, Kiki says. You notice as soon as we start talking about certain things in searches, uh, such certain things just start hitting the fan. Yeah, and I agree with that, and I think that it's gonna all come out. I mean, I was waiting for them to realize that she was lying through her teeth, to them, to everyone. I mean, all you had to do was turn on one of her live streams and she was lying bull-faced to everybody. And that's her prerogative. I'm not going to tell anybody how to run their channel, but there was some very awful things that were being said about Seth, and they use that not so smart format. So if they have to shut down one account, then their not so smart followers can find them again. Yeah, well, and I'm guessing like her main account is the Forever Nikki's mom one, right? But it says like mom of two or something. I'm trying to think of exactly what it is. Like I said, I have the screenshot because she openly like super chatted it or something, or she said it in the chat and it got put up on the board, or up on stage. And so I mean, there she is, and I mean, it's just like when they terrorized me or tried to, um, by coming to my house and doing all that crap that they did to me. She was right there in that whole deal, and they were live streaming all of it. So, they told on themselves for what they were doing, which is not right at all. A channel, Zach the Tranquil Psychic, just got arrested for asking for donations to go to Nova Scotia to search for Lily and Jack. He got over 17K. Holy cow. He never went anywhere. And oh no, that is terrible, Kylie. Go see him at home, and he was saying he was in Nova Scotia. Oh boy. Said he found a noose and all sorts of crap. What a putrid person. That reminds me of Rich and Ruby. Oh God. Not that he got that much money, but I mean, it just takes the trust of the people, I can't imagine that. That's crazy. I would think you guys would know whether I went or not. But I guess if he was pretending, oh my gosh, Kylie, that's terrible. Wow. I don't see how they can do it either, Kiki. He obviously was trying to cover it up. Wow. Yeah, it's all the same people. It's all the same people. And they also had that minus a penny channel that I was showing everybody because they were like trying to say that I lived in this trailer park and they were coming to get me and they knew where I lived and they had military clearance and all of this crazy crap that I've showed before. And the thing is that they would get so angry with me because I'd never believe them. They'd be like, we're gonna send this place, we're gonna do this, we're doing that, and I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't even make sense, right? And I would just shrug it off. But they did a lot of horrible things, and that's another thing. If she's upsetting everyone over there, I don't want it to blow back on this lady because why should she have to deal with it? She has nothing to do with any of this. She probably doesn't even know what this freaking true crime crap is. I mean, not that it's crap, but you know what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. It's really sick to me. I just never thought this would ever be a topic of conversation, yet here we are. Um, you know, so I figured we would talk about it. And I think that it's important for people to know that this is going on. And again, with this dark triad, I mean, these are the traits. This is what we're seeing. Somehow she clicks all these boxes. I don't even know if that's possible. But here we see it. So, oh my God, I can't believe they sent him a new iPhone. My gosh. Guys, please be careful who you give your money to on here. I know people want to trust other people, but if they're like, that's a lot. $17,000. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, Coffee Crime and Cats. It is absolutely horrible. So she's in with the other guy and his wife that you had to call LE on. Yeah. Yeah, Robini, they were right there. They were right there. And she was saying how she had a copy of my paperwork that was given to her by them, right? Which, whatever. I guess, I mean, I don't care. I've already told everybody everything that happened, from my perspective. And again, it's just who's the common denominator? That person, and they've had multiple people that have taken action against them in court, and I would suggest to do that, again, if the person who I DM'd is listening, please heed my warning and do that. Make sure that you protect yourself, because these people are completely unhinged. They do not care if they hurt other people, and they're right there for it every single time. They're in the mix of it. And I want to remind you guys too that Elevated Goof sent $200 to the people that were stalking me after they lost in court. He did a live stream, and Elevated Goof was right there paying him $200. Right? Right. So we're not dealing with right-minded individuals at all. It's very creepy. And especially when you're impersonating other people and trying to be like them, why don't you just be yourself? Right? Oh my goodness. Witchy. We'll do a GoFundMe. Dang, that's a lot. Well, if anyone wants to donate my freeze dryer fund, I won't argue. Well, and I think fundraising is a good way to um help out, because I can't travel without that. Like, it's hard. It's really, really hard. We don't make enough on the ads and stuff. And that's another reason I like to go live twice a day, because it does help out a lot more and you make more money. So you just really got to grind, and keep up with that true crime, which I love anyway. So I love being here with you guys. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And but to take 17,000, that is, I just don't see how people are that bold, because at some point people are going to notice, right? I'm sure a lot of people notice right off the bat, and there's going to be a lot of people that are slow to it. But that's another thing that, I kind of want to hit home, because these are things that I've been talking about for a while now, here and there. Don't get me wrong. I try not to make it like a habit, because again, it is vile and yucky and gross, but I also think that people need to be aware of it, because we don't know who is on the other side of the avatar on most of this. For the most part, I should say. Um, so yeah, and I would always give to something like that. Rob Beanie taking donations for dog vet bills. She drained my bank account the last few months, right? Yeah, Rob Beanie. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, there's always good ways that we could all help each other with stuff like that. I know that I've helped for similar situations and circumstances, where I can. And I've also gotten help in similar circumstances, so, but yeah, that's a tall amount of money to just go ahead and grab that up. I know, and that's the thing, when you have to just keep on taking them back. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And they know that you're going to pay because you love your animals. That's the hardest part. I get a little bit fired up about that anyway, myself. Yeah. I saw people calling JLR JR jail. That's slicker. Well, he makes a lot of money too when he travels. which again, people can give to whoever they want. I don't hate for people getting money, but if they're not spending it on what they're crowdsourcing it for, then that's very shady. um, behavior. And I would want to know that if I was giving to that fund, that he's probably not going to do what he says he's going to do with it. I mean, if you still give to it and you already know he's already screwed you over, the saying, screw me once, shame on you, screw me twice, shame on me, because I let you do it again, right? Allowed for it. So, you know, I think she's on the mend now. Oh, good. Good, Robini. Oh, her little toy poodle. Aw. Oh my gosh, 3,800? Are they very expensive? I know the poodles can be very expensive, especially the little ones. Aw, I hope she got a new one though. I know. It does. Coffee, crime, and cats, that's probably the statement of the night. It does take way too much energy to be that dishonest, right? Because you have to keep on covering, covering, covering. And then she's getting outraged and feigning outrage, super performative, right? Just up there, best Meryl Streep. Oh, you're talking about my daughter. What the hell? Stop that. You are doing that yourself. And anytime I've ever seen a tribute avatar, I've always seen something on there commemorating the person, right? Like it might say, you know, rest in peace or something like that, right? But that's not what it was. She was absolutely trying to pass it off as herself. And then when people heard her voice, they realized that she's older, right? And then she had to pretend like she was using that picture, but then she had to scramble to get another picture because she's doing all of this dirt and she knows that she can't give her own picture. That's why she's so angry about me showing it. Because at a certain point, she was acting very normal. Otherwise, I never would have had her as a mod. I never would have talked with her as long as I did about certain things. I never would have done the tribute videos and things of that nature. Ever. I just wouldn't have. My focus is true crime. And of course, I'm always here if people would like to tell their story. I need to probably do more open mics where we do talk and discuss topics, and people can come up and share. That would be nice. But I'm not here to listen to your story and have you get, you know, a whole bunch of accolades on my, this is the reason that I don't do an open panel. And I used to be very open with my panel, but I stopped it because of a lot of this BS, with these people coming up here pretending like they're somebody they're not. I mean, if you're going to come up here and be genuine, tell your story, please, by all means. I get up here and I tell you guys my genuine story, and it's not always easy, but it also, if it can help somebody, then that's worth everything to me. But don't come up here and, play games, because there's a lot of good-hearted people in here that really, really care and are going to give you their heart to and listen to what you're saying, and they don't deserve to be duped. So, you have puppies right now, Kiki, or before? Oh, goodness sakes. I love those little orange kittens that you have and the gray one. Yeah, I love all of them. Um, there's a famous quote that says, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil, yes, for good men to do nothing. This world needs more people with the courage like Lady Freedom." Aw, thanks, Nani. Oh, that means the world to me. Hey, this one was a tough one for me because I was like, this poor lady, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and then it put me into hyper vigilant mode, and I'm like, I need to make a video about this. Because again, I'm not gonna offer too much either. I mean, people can email me if you guys really want to know who this person is and how she really came about. To the best of my knowledge, I'll tell anybody. I just don't understand how I think that's what I think it's a good quote, Nani, and I think it's the big one is when we just turn that blind eye and we act like nothing's happening. And that's been happening for so long, and I do have to give nonsense props for bringing it out, and Earthy too, right? I mean, again, I could disagree with much of what they say, but I mean, it sucks being the only one saying it because then it makes me look like I'm being vindictive and I'm not. I'm actually scared for other people and what could happen. I mean, and this person is absolutely vile. If you think Krama Reels is vile, think again. Crime Chronicles is 10 times worse. You think Terry Lynn's vile? Krama Reels. So, yeah, and well, that's it. And Chuchi, that's so true. Beware of the shady grifters on these YouTube streets, ladies and gents. Be selective who you give your money to. Yeah, and you know, I think that that's good advice. I used to buy a lot more memberships than I did before. I mean, I did get rid of them a lot of them because of my two trips that I just kind of took back to back. But it's made me rethink a lot. So, a lot of people from California are moving to Tennessee, Kiki. I did notice that too. Like a lot of famous people too have moved to Tennessee, I noticed. Um, Thanks, Kiki. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think that what they're doing is awful, and I know that again, they're all either working together or have worked together. Maybe there was a falling out. That's what they claimed. Um, but well, they demonetized her channel, Robini, I know that. But now she's going from panel to panel on other people's, right? And then trying to, weasel her way in over there. And those people have no idea that she's lying straight to their face and then being enraged. And I don't even know whose panel it was. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I've been talking a lot today. I don't know whose panel it was exactly that they were reviewing on Nonsense's live. That's why I say just the last live that she did, go over and take a little gander. It's a long one. But that's where you'll see um, much of what is being talked about. And then Elevated Goof going off, just going smooth off and acting crazy. And they're making threats if Nonsense doesn't make rules in her chat, she's not going to like what's happening, like all that crazy stuff. Like they think that they're really something, and that's what's scary is because they're trying to act like they're going to hurt people, and they're making these threats, and I don't know if they're empty threats or what. you know That's the problem with it. We just don't know. Aw, Kylie, you're so sweet. Aw, thank you, Kylie. Aw. No, I appreciate you, Kiki, too. Um, it's just it's insane. She says it's insane. I was like, it's just Kiki goes, that's insane. It is. And I don't have anything new per se to bring to the conversation on it. besides this. When I saw this, I was like, this is too much. This is too much. And again, she just goes from person to person. You know, just because it's not happening to me doesn't mean that I should just look away from it, because she's doing it. She's active, very active. Yeah, there are a lot of things going on IML. A lot of stuff I missed a lot when I was on vacation. So I know. Well, it was so rude the way that she was acting, and as if like nonsense can control what other people say and do, and that what the person said wasn't even negative, right? And the person didn't even know about her daughter passing or anything like that. But she just flies off the handle, and maybe there should be some help for that. I'm not saying that it's not a serious problem, but I just can't believe she would go off on nonsense like that, and just, for really no reason besides she's just like flexing. She's puffing her chest out like she's somebody. And really, she's a decrepit, very, 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 very lonely and vile person who I would bet doesn't have anybody in real life that she knows and hangs out with. She just spends her time trolling on the internet. And I'm glad we haven't had any trolls, but here's Dr. Phil. I guess he's not a doctor either, but here you go.
These are the people that actually are so sick, they feel good about themselves for inflicting pain. And it's something called the dark triad. They have narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. And there's something called Schadenfreude, and it's when joy is derived by someone from another person's misfortune.
Yes.
So it's this dark triad. These are people you don't want to meet in real life.
No.
They're ugly people, and they will go virtual to real world sometimes, so you've got to be careful.
Yeah. You're not.
And there's been a lot of actual psychological research into these people. These trolls post inflammatory, off-topic, insincere messages to hurt, provoke others, and they typically hide behind fake names or phony accounts.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting that their makeup is antisocial and sadistic.
Okay, guys, so, I like the way Dr. Phil says it, but that's who we're dealing with, Kiki. It does. It needs to stop, Chuchi, and that's the thing. They're pulling in, she specifically, I shouldn't say they, she specifically is pulling in someone who has no knowledge of any of this, doesn't even know that they're using it, So, oh, good, Kiki. Oh, I thought you were closer. Dang it. I went over and looked in it. It said like 989 or something. Like, you were closer than that, I thought. What the heck? It is a sad, lonely existence, Witchy. And in the beginning, I totally protected this lady in the way of when she was Forever Nikki's mom, when I knew her as that, right? Because I figured, you know what, she's been through a lot, and some of these behaviors are probably because of that, right? So I gave her a big, huge benefit of the doubt, which I never should have done. Ever, never, ever, ever should I done. I regret it, because she was the one causing so much of it, hacking into my email, doing all of the dirt under her daughter's account. And I should have known that was wrong. going on Terry Lynn's panel with the headstone, the whole 9 yards. These behaviors are not normal for anybody, in my opinion. You know, and it is a sad and lonely existence. I know I don't leave home for anything other than doctor's appointments anymore, but I have a very positive friendship circle online and offline. Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing that's really nice about online is that we can meet people from all over the place. And I'm not knocking it. You know, it helped me a lot moving to a new state, not knowing anybody, but I mean, if you don't treat people with kindness and courtesy and respect in real life, then you're not going to do it on the internet, and vice versa. So I mean, you can tell these people that have zero life because they're always online. They make videos like mad. They post manic, boom 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 boom, you know and it's obvious that they don't have anything better to do. They don't go out and take a swim. They don't go out and meet their neighbors. They don't do any of that because they're too busy. You're done. Suck a pencil. Exactly. I love that. Suck a pencil. You know, in my opinion, people always show you who they are, but a person always also has to be willing to see who that person is. Yeah, and that's hard, Nani. And that is hard. Yeah, I agree with that. Those who don't see, well, we know we're birds of a feather flock, right together. Yeah, that's a great point, Nani. Thank you for that. Yeah. And you're right. It's hard because it's just like if somebody came to me and said, "Well, I don't like the way somebody did this." And I might think to myself, "Yeah, that's not very nice. That wasn't cool. I don't know why they would do that." But then it's like you feel like you can't really personally be angry at a person for not doing anything specifically to you. So it is that, a part of it too. But you do have to be willing to see it, and it is hard. You are the weakest link. Bye-bye, Witchy. Um, yeah, that's what I knew. Yeah, I always in the beginning. Yeah. And then, she was telling people that basically everybody shunned her because of what she was doing. She was doing the same thing that she's doing over there, right? But she was doing it over here and in Justin's chat and in all the different chats, and she was feeling, quote, iced out by people because of her actions, though. I mean, people aren't going to be around you when you're going to do things like that. Nobody likes that kind of stuff. um but then in comes the Krama stuff, Krama Chronicles, and then Krama Reels. I know they were trying to get me to buy into that with them, get Canva and make these videos, and do a second hate channel. Well, if I did that, I would just be doing as much damage as I'm doing good. So I was like, I can't do that. Plus, I don't have time. I'd rather focus on true crime. Um, so yeah, and you have to have friends to go out with too, and to have that close relationship with. I mean, but it's good to also have friends online. And I've met so many great people online. And again, I just want people to be aware of the people that we're dealing with here. Um, since I know, in the same way with Chimama, I haven't been shopping in the store for years. Delivery makes my dreams come true. Nani, that's so cute. That's funny. I love DoorDash. I think I have like Uber Eats, like some kind of credit they sent me. They're like, you have $20, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. So I'm like, hey, maybe order something. And to be fair, I'm old, all witchy, retired, blunt to a fault. I have PTSD, anxiety, depression, awe. Absolutely no oral filter. That's me. Oh my goodness. Type fast responses too. That's funny. No, but you know what though? Like their posting is like, whoa. Like one time I was looking at one of the accounts, I won't say which one. I don't have to be specific on this, but I will say that I was like, I can't believe they posted this much crap in a day. And it was like novels worth of crap, like a novel here. Next post, boom, a novel there. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't handle it. I was like, I need to back away slowly. Um, it does. It takes a bit, and especially if they're acting one way to certain people and another way to other people. It's inevitable. No, yeah, yeah. She shouldn't be doing it at all. Kiki we'd go pick up Witchy. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. The DoorDash is fun. I love doing the DoorDash. I do most of the grocery shopping online. Yeah, and either pick it up. And I think that's the great part about like the Walmart stuff too, where you can just have things delivered. I mean, I will say I'm picky about produce, but most of the time they do a good job. Um, yes, I know, Kiki. Well, and that's another thing though. You have your kids to keep you busy and to keep you grounded and your husband and things like that. I just don't think these people have that. For some reason, it just occurred to me today, especially if they're trying to do this to somebody else who does have that life, then they must not have that. There must be something really, really off. And the fact that they don't ever want to show who they are. I mean, it's not the end of the world, you know? So, aw, that's awesome, Witchy. Yeah, and people have kids, they have things to do, right? I mean, it's just, but I mean, we got animals to take care of, but somehow it doesn't translate over. And it's just this weird cycle every day of who can I, mess with and what can I do to stir the pot and how can I stay relevant? Well, there's a lot of really great ways that you can stay relevant without doing any of that. First of all, be grateful for what you have. Look at that and don't make yourself into somebody that you're not. Work with what you got, right? Hold your head up high. Keep a stiff upper lip. I mean, it's not that difficult, but these people are just out there to wreak complete havoc on all of everywhere, YouTube, wherever they feel necessary. Um, and it's a lot to deal with. And then we have these really, really tough situations that we should be shedding light on, but instead we're talking about more crap, upon crap. But I just felt it necessary today because of everything that's being discussed and because I think, and it's in my strong opinion, that Grimy Crime Chronicles, Crama Chronicles, Forever Nikki's mom, whichever one, is using this person's identity on YouTube because they have the same first and last name as the person. And that's scary. It's really scary. Yeah, I think so too. I think that they shouldn't be able to go on any other channel. I mean, because that would alleviate a lot of it too, unfortunately. And I'm all for free speech, but you cannot engage in this hate speech either. Like it's not right. And I think they do need to start changing the cyberbullies, changing the way that they handle the cyberbullies. Chuchi, definitely, and put strict rules, not just take away channels. They need real consequences. Yeah. And I don't know what the terms of service or how it works on the other platforms like Kick and stuff. That's why I really haven't live stream to those destinations, because I can set my, destinations up and stream to whatever, stream wherever I'd like on different platforms. But I just don't know how all of it works. So I haven't done that. Um, Aw, Robini, that's so sweet. Aw. Rabini says, plus I live with and take care of my 78-year-old mama. Yeah, and I mean, that is a lot in and of itself. To put in all of that time and everything. So that's so sweet. And I'm glad you get to do that, Rabini. I'm glad you guys have each other. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much there is out there. I actually wanted to have one of my friends on to talk about that guy Chud the Builder. He was I think that's what they call him, or Bob the Builder guy. Because I was following that story because he sent it to me, and he was like super duper, like he would go to downtown Nashville and just cause so much trouble, and now he's in trouble, and it's just like this whole thing. But I thought that might be something different for us to talk about, another aspect of true crime, because he's like a whole creator with this huge following, and all he does is just go around and say the rudest things, racially charged statements that you've heard in a long time. And it's like, oh my gosh. And inciting a lot of, hateful rhetoric. And it's amazing that a lot of that is allowed for, because there is, well, there are boundaries that are being crossed on that, in my opinion. Um, so, that's so sweet, Kylie. I have my dad living with me and hubby, and he had a stroke before Christmas last year. Like, F was my dad going to the nursing home, but it was very hard, to be honest. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad. I'm very glad that, again, that you guys have each other, and it's very difficult, especially when people have a stroke, because they do lose function usually on the one side. I know that. Aw. Well, there you go. Exactly. I'll watch you fold your clothes. Just talk to us about true crime and fold the laundry. Feeding the chicken, and that would be fun too. Feeding the chickens and the ducks. Daryl, I love Daryl. Daryl cracks me up. And Tweety, she says, "Cats and dogs walk dogs." Oh my goodness. See, mom. That's funny. That is very true, Witchy. And people, they need to consider a lot of that too, right? I mean, there's ways that you can say it and get your point across without being so rude about it, right? But I know all of us have said things that we probably could have worded better, in my opinion. Um, so Kiki, if somebody asked, if I was you and they asked me why am I so tired, I would roll my eyes and be like, do a day in the life. To be fair, she still takes care of me too. Aw, yeah, Rabini. Uh, she'll be like, I'm making soup. You want some? Aw, yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, I would love to have my mom's cooking again. I will tell you that. She was a good cook. So was my dad, though. So, yeah, but mom's soup is the best. That's right, Kylie. Aw. I'm like, no, mom, I made a roast. There's still some left in the crock pot. Aw. I know, Kiki, you've been trying to get Mama Grace to move next to you. Aw. What is it? Bruce Rivers CLR? I've never heard of that one. My PTSD. There's a lot of good creators out there still, guys. I will say that. There's a lot of good ones. Um, Kylie says I run my own nail business from home. Oh my goodness. I need to have my nails done again, like just get them professionally done once. Because I usually just do the press-ons because they're easy. But That's funny. Aw, yeah, but those moments what keeps things interesting, you know? Ravini. Aw. ADH squirrel. That's funny. Kiki, I feel ya. I have 8 snakes, 3 cats, and a huge dog, and now a baby starling bird. Aw, who we saved from outside. It's 4 weeks old now. Oh, Bo, how cute. We saved it when it was 2 days old. So, aw, ugh, now I have a damn bird, Bo. That's so cute. Those starlings are so pretty too. They're smart. All the birds are so smart. I always get so amazed with them, you know. So, aw, she will, Kiki. IML says, I think the grifting somehow should be more closely monitored, lawsuits, etc., taking advantage of others. Yeah, give what you want, but some feel guilty and give even if they don't really have it. Yeah, and IML, I think that that's really a great point, you know, and it's like, I guess it's a fine line, right? And we all want to give to things. I mean, gosh, I was just saying earlier, I wish I was rich so I could give, because I want to share um, Jasper's family their GoFundMe, right? Um, Again, worthy causes. I myself, I would rather give it to somebody that I know needs it than maybe a bigger organization. Even though I've given to bigger organizations too in the past, but it's always nice. But I know what you mean about the grifting. It gets really out of hand, especially if it's like, it's just so blatant. It does, it's kind of like, again, I roll my eyes and I'm like, oh, here we go, again with this. Um, so yeah, we just have to be careful. So yeah, I bet you it's hard to do that out of your home, but I know a lot of people who do, like, have like the home salon and that sort of thing. Oh no, your air wasn't working, Kiki? Oh, Witchy watches him too. PTSD, isn't he the lawyer from Minnesota? I heard he passed a little bit ago and someone else is continuing for him. I don't see him across my feed hardly anymore. Oh, okay. His motto, she's my PTSD says check him out. His motto, stop self-snitching. But I think you would love his live reaction videos to crime videos. Cool. He's funny, but no nonsense. Oh yeah, that sounds right up my alley. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for the recommendation. Bo. Aw, you got your hands full. Aw, yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that'd be so great if I could go to Australia. I come to you just to get my nails done, and then we'd have to get dinner or something, of course. Oh my gosh, I would love to visit Australia. My little sister lived in Australia for a while, a couple years actually. So good night, Chuchi. Yes, we need to keep we need to keep ourselves. Ugh, it's a lot of shady stuff, right? Chuchi says, "Good night, everyone. Be careful out on these streets. People are not who they say they are, and there is a lot of shady stuff going on. Big time, big time. Yes, I know you guys are going on vacation too soon, really, really soon, Kiki. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I hope you get a chance to relax. Hello, KJ Mac. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, but I don't do the press-ons. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I used to really like to get, hello, Ann Brock. I used to like to get the shellac, Kylie, just like on my regular nails, I would grow them out and. Of course, I can't grow them like super long or anything like that, but long enough. And then I would go get the shellac, which I really liked. And then I like to do that, on my toes because it lasts a long time. So, yeah, I'm so glad to see KJ Mac. I know. Well, I haven't been on like really late night, have I? Well, I guess sort of. Yeah, we did do the one night we did the really late live last Friday. So, oh, really? Oh, wow, Kiki. All right. I know the Rock Island Recreation, that was like I know that was I want to say it was partly searched, wasn't it? For Sebastian? I thought. I thought. So, yeah, Kylie says I do proper acrylic or hard gel and shellac. Yeah. See, I would like that. Yeah, Sebastian, I was thinking, yeah, Bo, because I know that didn't Seth go in search over there? I want to say he did. So, ooh, I like all of them, Kylie. I like all the bling. Yeah, I think he did, Robini. I want to say he did. Thank you, because I was thinking, I know, well, he definitely went to Notches Trace, which I've passed by there a few times, on my way. Um, Oh, you've been sick, KJ? Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh, now I'm getting ready for work. Oh no. We made you late over here. Weird, I wasn't even talking about the area and they told me that cleared it for me to search. Yeah. Bo says I think he did. I want him to get that otter and bring him into those basins. And I know not everybody like really thinks about that too highly, but I think it would be a good start, especially because of those big holes. So I'm really hoping that that kind of takes off or we can get some information. So, oh, I will, Kylie. That's so cool. Dragon nails, yes. There were some press-ons that I got that were kind of like two-toned like that, and they were like green and purple, like depending on what, the angle that you had them at. And I really like those. All right, I'll have to go check out your live, Kiki. Um, oh, okay. A homeless person, there's no record. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Now, they talked about that on Nancy Grace, and it was when Chris and Katie were on panel that night, and they had Brian Trasher from the United Cajun Navy on, and they were talking about it. And they were saying, you know, that there were remains found, and it was a homeless person that was found over there, and that it was allegedly on government land was what was being said. I'll just say that. Oh, did you show your husband Splash's story? Oh my gosh, he's so awesome. There's a lot of other videos out there too. I need to do another video on Splash, and hopefully, I'm just glad that they do appear to be working with TBI, and I'm hoping that maybe we can get them to check those basins. So, oh, that is so cool, Kylie. I can make dragon theme with cat eye magnet dragon's eye. I did like the little well, I made an AI and I just put dragon tribe and that's what it came out. So I was like, okay, that works. So there's no record of that at all, Kiki. If you Google it, there's no record. That's bizarre. Yeah, that is so weird. You would think that would have been documented, or because they said that they identified the man, I thought. Or am I mistaken on that? Yeah, they said it was a homeless man and they identified, I mean, because, you know, they identified him, I thought. I know, that's weird, huh? You would think they would come out with a name even if he was homeless. Yeah, I mean, I thought they, for some reason, I thought they identified the man. And maybe they didn't. Maybe I just assumed they did. Yeah. Yeah, apparently he was like living back in the woods over there. And that he there was, I think, maybe some weather, and that's where they're thinking that he passed away. Um so yeah, that's weird, right, Kylie? That's so weird. Oh, okay. Like if you were to search for human remains in March of 2024 in that park, you can't find it. Yeah, because that was around, I mean, Nancy Grace aired on the 25th. So that would have been, yeah, it was March 25th, 2024 that it aired. So that's interesting. Um, wow. I thought they did identify him too, Kylie. How strange. There was one in the Cumberland. Yes, I do remember that. But you can't find anything on that one guy. Couponing says yes, Kiki. Canine hit on the spot, and they had the searchers leave. Chronicles of Olivia's they're streaming. That's right, couponing. Thank you for that. Yeah, I do remember that. That's really interesting. Rosebud says, I have mentioned my interest in the red wine case, and I have a most important message. Parents, instill in your children that if they see something, hear something, or felt uncomfortable with another, to tell another adult. Yeah, it's okay to tell. Yeah, it could save a life or your own. Yeah, yeah. Rosebud, I think that hits so hard because I think a lot of us stand up for what's right and we stand up for justice, and we can see, Dylan's need to do that, and he wanted to be the one to confront his dad. But I think that if he would have told mom about it and gotten the courts involved in that, there may have been a different outcome, because at least the courts would have maybe seen that that wasn't the place for Dylan to be alone. Um Yeah, thank you for that message. That's so right on. That is so right on. Yeah, and I think he wanted to confront his dad about that. And I think he probably felt very uncomfortable being around. They did ID on the body in the Cumberland, I believe. But it wasn't anyone like around Sebastian's age. I thought it was an older man as well. Okay, Mom Boss Mayo was there a month after Sebastian went missing, and that's when they were searching, and you can't find it at all. That's weird, Kiki. That is so strange. So, JLR was too. Okay, I do remember JLR searching there too, and makes everyone leave the United Cajun Navy leave. Something ain't right. In my opinion, we need to research it. Yeah, that is strange. There was another one near McDonald's. I do remember that. That man, I believe, was decapitated, if I'm remembering correctly. That poor man. Okay. They found 60 in the Cumberland, 60? Oh my. I don't know why there's not a record of that. There should have been. Because, like I said, I thought they identified him, but maybe they just said he was a homeless man. Maybe that's the only way they identified him. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember exactly his name, but they did come out and say who he was. Um, Kylie says, me neither. I'm looking now and there's nothing. Oh, okay. The man was 60 years old. Thank you. Kiki was like, they found 60 people. Oh my goodness. 5 months ago, BHB said remains were found off of Squeechy Mountain Road in the woods. Who was that also? Oh, okay. I don't remember, and I might not have even seen that. That's interesting. I know there's been a lot of people who have ended up in the Cumberland. Um, but yeah, that's strange that there's no record of that. Hello, Detroit. Welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, that's really strange. Yeah, so many remains in that general area. Yeah. Well, and then they had the flooding too. And I can't remember when Jen said there was the flooding, but that also brings up a lot of, different debris and things like that. So, um, oh, oh, okay. So when you Googled it, you saw an ad for BHV's video. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Kiki, hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna drop you the link. Okay, there you go. Yeah, just come on up because that's interesting. I don't know if I've even ever looked into that after the fact. Oh no. Now that song "Take Me Down to the Cumberland Road" song is going through my head. Oh my goodness. I don't think he was identified as a missing man. Can't remember his name, but he was like mid 30s. Oh, okay. Oh, there's Kiki. Hey, Kiki.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started looking into, the Mom Boss Mayo videos today, just going back and
Mm-hmm.
seeing, we were talking about, she had said about a smell in that general area or whatever, and I just ran across her video where she was at that park where, the restaurant is, the woods, and she was talking about the search. And I started thinking, I'm going to Google because they said it was a homeless person and remains.
Right.
And I tried to Google, I searched every different way that I could, write it, and it never brought anything up.
Oh, how strange.
Yeah, yep. And even, even normally here in my town, even if it's a homeless person, they usually identify them and say, we're reaching out to their family or, you know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and I started talking about a lot of the people, not saying anything bad, but just saying, who was there that day. And there was a certain person that went up to Mama Balsameo's car and also introduced themselves as soon as she got out of the car. And if you watch it, they ask her, "Oh, are you from Illinois?" And she's like, "No." I mean, they were all about where she's from. And you probably know the group that I'm talking about, but there was a certain one. And then he said, "Oh, I was up on the railroad tracks and saw you, and I was wondering what you were doing." And I'm like, "Why were they watching her so close? That's weird."
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Rob Beanie says yes, the remains discovered in August of 2025 behind McDonald's on Dickerson Pike in Nashville, Tennessee, have been positively identified. Nashville.gov, the victim identified as 68-year-old Michael Allen. That's right, Michael Allen. Yeah, thank you, Robini, for that.
Yeah, there was a 17-year-old female, I think, identified out of the Cumberland River, a 60-year-old man. So all these are identified, but why have we not heard anything about who that was?
And was Smiley maybe talking about it? I don't remember. Yeah, see, I don't people are saying Smiley was talking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to look.
I don't know if it was by Worshams. Um, Robini says it was, yeah, the Rockland area. Was it
Yeah, it was
the
like a
Rockland?
restaurant. There's a restaurant on the water or whatever, and didn't they tell CJ, or CJ said someone was pew-pewing or something while they were on the boat, and so quit searching because he was worried for his safety or what have
Safety.
you. Yeah.
I do remember when he came out talking about how he was worried about his safety, but I don't remember quite what it was all about.
Well, they thought it was hunters or something in the woods, but that's a park. It's a state park. And somebody told me they shut it down because of the flooding and there was debris everywhere. But the way you can get, if they shut it down for people searching there because it is federal land, you can get approval through the higher ups to go back and search there.
Right. And I'm surprised that the United Cajun Navy wasn't able to get that approval.
Well, I saw one video and I didn't get to watch it all of JLR. And he was in United Cajun Navy. And this was what he was saying. I don't know. I don't know them. I haven't studied much into them, but he was saying that a man was telling him to leave that area. And the man
Yeah.
was standing there and telling him to leave, I guess. And he was saying that was weird. So I just started thinking about all that and I was like, what was actually
I
going on, you know?
Yeah, and I want to say that he was causing some issues there. Because I did hear about that part, and I heard that he was kind of causing some kind of, like, he does that at a lot of these. I don't want to call it a crime scene really, because I guess it wouldn't be, but yeah, couponing. We're talking about the one that was on federal land there. Yeah. So, well, what were you thinking though, Kiki, when it comes to why they wouldn't have that documented?
I don't know. It's just weird. I'm hoping because, okay, the reason I started thinking about this, I sent you a copy of what I got in an email. And I
Oh,
had
thank you.
not, well, I have a long time ago sent it. You probably don't remember because we go through so many documents and stuff. But
Okay, it's been a while. It's been a little while.
yeah, but it's been a few months and a certain person sending me strange things, telling me I need to be careful, different things
Yeah,
that were just like, I'm not worried, but why would you say that, first off? And
that's
then,
weird.
yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
and then I was talking about like the subdivision and all that and the pond, and they said that they sent me an email right after saying that's a nothing burger, almost like they're trying to drop hints. Does that make sense?
Huh.
And said, "Oh, I got it cleared for you to go search Rockland," and I'm like, where does that come from?
How did they get it cleared though?
I don't know. They said they talked to a source and even called a search person that had a search dog and they didn't want to get involved. I showed it on my live today. If y'all go watch, and I'm not trying to promote my channel, I just want y'all to
You're
see that
fine, Kiki.
part. That email, it's just, I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm like, there's always what if, what if, what if, what is going on? That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange that there's no record of that. And I always just, I guess I assumed that like they identified the homeless man and maybe they just didn't want to say his name or something, but I thought, I mean, there should be documentation of that.
And then, not to be gross or anything, but when I went to end my live, I was playing, the video of the beaver dancing or whatever. And I've had trolls, but I was talking about, a lot of people there that had been searching allegedly. And somebody
Yeah.
came in uh, by a name I've never seen before and said the F word and
What?
said, yeah, they said, F your channel. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
I must have hit a nerve talking
And that
about
was
this.
just
Like,
today?
yeah. And I said, oh, Carlos. I said, you like saying bad words. So
Yeah. Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, yeah, so I maybe struck a nerve today. I don't know what's going on, but like Chi said, there's a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I saw this in between, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's popping off again." And I don't understand why people have to be that way. To me it's like, I mean, I guess I semi understand that they're unhinged, but um KJ Maxx says, "Wow, you must have upset someone." And you were just talking about this.
I was just showing Mom Boss Mayo, and I was talking about a certain person and how they had a mattress pad, and I thought it was the person that walked up to Mom Boss Mayo's car. And I said, wasn't if that's him, wasn't he searching with TL? And then I was getting offline, and boom, that happened. And I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, well, maybe not upset somebody, but came too close to something, yeah, which he makes you makes you wonder. Well, because when it strikes a nerve with especially when you're not used to getting those types of people, so to speak.
Well, I wouldn't think much of it, but having somebody email me about that specific place and telling me to go search, I mean, I've never been boots on the ground. Everybody knows that. I want to be, but I don't have the freedom to do that, right? So it was very weird that they want me to go to this place.
Yeah. Well, and are they planning like a search with a bunch of people, or are they just wanting you to go?
No, it sounded like they wanted me to go. And that's why I was
Oh
like,
my
whoa.
God.
And I even sent this months ago to Seth. I said, this email doesn't seem right. Can you check it out? Whatever you need to do. Oh, Detroit, honey, I ain't worried. I got some three big old men.
Well, and I mean, or because Terry Lynn's people come in, if you say anything, you're usually close behind to say something and defend her, which is weird. It's very cult-like. Now the guy that's leg was found, they did identify who that was, and that was a guy that had been missing for a while.
Yeah, I
Um,
think he was a swimmer or something, and he did he not drowned or something? Yeah, Bo, I'm not gonna go. That's too far for me right now. Anyways, no, no,
yeah,
not going. And that's crazy. But it's just crazy how, yeah, every time that I talk about searches and water and different things from the beginning, that's when all these emails just hit boom, boom, boom. And this certain person, I don't care, I'm not going to say the name, but this certain person seems to hang out with me in our chat, Lady Freedom's chat, Lolly's, and I think that's pretty much it. I've seen them a couple places, other places, but it's just strange. But I do have to hop down because I gotta go check on the little one to make sure,
No
she's
worries.
all
I
good.
appreciate you coming up. And I mean, yeah, there's just these people that use these accounts. We don't know who they are.
Well,
That's just
normally I don't think nothing, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, you're
Um,
good. You're good. I'm just like so frustrated. I've calmed down a lot, but I'm freaking frustrated.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, normally we have these little trolls that'll say random things, but when
Yeah.
when things connect to the same place, and then you get emails wanting me to go somewhere, no,
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, what the heck are they trying to get you to go out there for? You
I
know?
don't know.
I mean,
I
I
have,
definitely felt weird asking people to go out to search for Sebastian in a way because I'm like, come meet us in the woods. We're gonna search, and it's kind of
well,
odd, but
well,
you know,
if it was a group effort thing, it would be different. But they're
yeah.
just, and I read it. I read it out today how it was worded, and it was just like, oh, what? So, anyways, love you guys. I'll be listening and chatting,
Love you too,
but
Kiki. Thanks for coming up.
you're welcome. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, good night. Hey, Holly S. Good to see you. And yes, exactly. Lots of weirdos out there. And I feel the need to talk about them sometimes. Just so we know. But I mean, that's wild, Kiki. I can't believe that happened. Like that is so weird. And I know that you've been having like weird people reaching out and telling you be careful and stuff is weird. Yeah. Good. Yeah, no, I know you'll be listening, but oh my gosh, it is just so strange, right? It's hard to believe that there are so many people out there that are kind of like inserting themselves but not wanting to help, and that's what's weird too. And again, we just need people. We need people to help, but it's like who are we asking to help? Holly, it's so creepy. It is so creepy. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what we can do besides spread awareness. That's the only thing I can think of. Kiki, next time they do that, say, sure, I'll meet you there and I'll bring the authorities with me. That's right. Contact the police if it happens again. That's very true, Rosebud. Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's just because we just don't know who we're dealing with. And I think that's the scariest part because we can think that we do, or, oh, this person's just harmless, but I hate to think that and then have them not be harmless, so that's true. Um, that's true. Yeah, Kiki, I would. And, um, sometimes you can look at someone's profile and kind of figure out, um, but they're getting a little bit more keen to that, it seems like, some of these people. So that's harder to do also. But yeah, we've got to keep each other safe out there. And, even if it's, again, someone that I'm like, well, usually I wouldn't side with them or, take what they say with a grain of salt. But then again, they have a good point here, and a lot of these people have been dealing with these people for so long. They've been long gone from this community, but they've infiltrated that community, right? And, again, I don't like seeing that anywhere because innocent people are going to get dragged into the mix, and it's not going to be good, for them. And then that person just sits there thinking it's funny, like they got over on somebody, and they didn't. They just didn't. They're not as brilliant as they think they are. You know. That was Notches State Park, I believe, Robini. Um, the ones where he was going into like the little cabins and then there was like barns and stuff and bathrooms. I believe that was not just Trace Park. So Thank you, Kiki. I will look at it. I will look at it. Yeah, we need to research and make sure of who these people are. And especially when we see new people in the chat. I hate doing that though, because I love new people. I love to have new people in here, especially if people are interested in what we're talking about, which is more so true crime than anything. But I would like to get into some more in-depth subjects like postpartum depression. Also, some of these theories, even in our friend Jennifer Aaron's book, the villain syndrome is the name of the book, Villain Syndrome. And um, it's great. It's great for those survivors out there. Um, when I worked in the bars as a 20 something lady, like 100 years ago, stop, Witchy. We used to keep a shoebox with info on weird shit like that. Yes, it's like the wall of fame or wall of shame. Excuse me, the wall of shame. If anything happened to the manager, would grab your box and photo, give it to LE. Yes, you almost have to, and that's what's like. I hate that too because I do want to be welcoming, and that's the big thing that's hard for me is I want to include people, and if somebody's going through a hard time, I would like to be there for them, but then again, I don't want them to, you know, take out their frustrations on me. I've had to learn a lot, because I was very naive in the beginning. Very naive. Yeah. Well, yeah, the need to make statements in contact is what's weird to me. Yeah, maybe I'm more introverted though. No, because like I mean, I will say that when I had to figure out who people were, I figured it out, right? But I didn't go and tell everybody or anything like that right away. It was only when they were doing some really weird stuff to me that I had to kind of come out because I figured if they're doing it to me, they're gonna do it to other people. It's not just me, right? I'm not um special or whatever. I mean, it's just they're like that to everybody. Um and that comes with kind of getting over trauma and stuff, realizing, that it's their problem, not yours. So, and you can never be too careful. You can never be too careful. So, yeah. Oh, girl, I could be the poster child for PPD. Well, I'd love to have you up, Kiki, and I would love to. That would be a good opportunity for an open mic for people to share their stories, because a lot of people have gone through that, right? Like, even a small level, but to the greatest level, right? And I would love to do that. Yeah, Holly, I would. And I want to revisit the Dylan red wine case with you guys as well. So I've just been having a lot of issues with storage, and then also we had some really good news, where a couple of kids were found recently. One that I just posted. Let me go to my community post because I did post some of them here. Now this one I shared from Smiley's. This is a little boy, Skylar O'Connor Thomas, right? There's another photo of him so you can kind of see how tall he is. 4'11", 100 pounds, blue eyes, brown hair, right? Endangered Child Alert has been issued on behalf of Vanderbilt University Police Department for Skylar O'Connor Thomas. Skylar is 13 years old. He's a white male, 4'11", again, 100 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a black shirt with monster graphics, light blue sweatpants, and gray shoes. If you have seen Skylar or have any information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Vanderbilt University Police Department, 615-322-2745, or the TBI, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Okay, guys, so if you do see him, oh, there's our dragon tribe. And also, if you guys have joined the Discord, there's a new link available as well, for Sebastian Rogers group, and then also for the, members, and I put our Conan picture, which I think is hilarious, for, our member group. So if you got a gifted membership, lately, or bought a membership, definitely check out our Discord. I'm going to be posting more stuff in Sebastian Rogers' War Room. I'm trying to get this timeline figured out to the best of my knowledge. It's going to be a little rough because we don't have all the facts, and I hate that. Another thing I wanted to bring up to you guys tonight, other than the crap, but I did want to touch on the crap. But we're approaching on May 25th. And it falls on Memorial Day this year, National Missing Children's Day, right? So take 25, talk to your child about safety, share, keep missing children's names alive. So share those flyers, guys, and give fund-free resources for Tennessee families. And I don't know why, but maybe I know why. Because I wanted to share this flyer as well. So if we click over here, Lincoln Koschuk, I hope I said that right, and Amara Koschuk, 6 and 4. Little boy's 4, Lincoln, and Amara is 6. They are 2 white children, right? Lack of a better way to say it, guys. Trying to be PC, but missing from Angelica, New York, along with his sibling Amara, right? And they're believed to be with an adult female and may have traveled in a 2020 white Kia SUV with New York license plate LNU-9500. There's also an active case number 26-52993 DM, right? And this is the vehicle. If you've seen it, if you're in the area, and this is the woman that they're said to have been seen with or that they're possibly with. They're adorable, 2 little cutie pies, 4 and 6. Blue eyes, brown hair for both, it looks like. Last seen with their biological mother, Nicole Koschuk, who may be in a compromised mental state. The phone is off, but last pinged on Saturday, 5/9/26, right? May 9th of 26, near Alden, New York. Okay, again, the vehicle description is a white 2020 Kia Sorento, New York license plate LNU-9500. Right? So again, they have not been found to the best of my knowledge. And then also I put Devlin's flyer up again. Devlin Lee Hatfield Tate, missing out of Lake Odessa, Michigan, right? Since April 21st of 2025. We just had the 1-year anniversary. Devlin also had a birthday in between there, guys. And we have Michael Monkey Vaughn still missing from Fruitland, Idaho. His mom, Brandy, is looking for him still. She's fighting those dirtbags in court. She's always in our prayers and thoughts. Always. So, and then we have Sebastian Rogers, right? Missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, in Sumner County. FBI is offering a reward of $50,000 for information leading to the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He went missing, and he was said to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. No shoes. Were reported missing, according to his mother, Katie. Okay, and then we did get a positive update today about Alicia Nesbitt, right? She went missing, but they located her safe. Okay, beautiful girl. I hope that she's safe and sound, and things will get better from here on out for her. Thoughts and prayers with her. And thank you, Witchy Mama. So I know, Kiki, it's just like so much. And also well, here's another one. Fruitland, Idaho has a big sign for Michael Monkey Vaughn. And again, I'll always share Brandy. Brandy says, thank you, Fruitland community. Thank you for continuing to support Michael in pursuit of justice and to bring him home. No one is going to be quiet. No one is going to give up. Michael Joseph Vaughn matters, and he does. He does very much so. And then we have an update from Mr. and Mrs. E, guys. They got to go to see some Broadway shows, some really great ones too. Um, and I thought I had put up, okay, I just wanted to make sure we got to all of these. There's another story too that I would like to talk about. I think that's why I was scrolling down. Oh, look at how cute. And this Seth shared this out. But oh my gosh, they're so cute. And there's the little sister, or excuse me, big sister. And there's the whole group of who we're looking for in New York. Noel Rodriguez Alvarez, guys. I wanted to share this story, and we'll have to go over it one day. Hello, Valley Gal. Good to see you. Oh, Skylar has been found. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that, Valley Gal. I'll have to do the update on there. Okay, very interesting. Good. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, prayers for Cole. Prayers for Cole and the E's. They're just one of our great true crime families out here, right? But they did confirm little Noel Rodriguez Alvarez's remains were in the backyard, right? And his mother, her story changed a bunch of times. She even called him a demon, guys, said he had a demon in him, whatever that means, right? She fled. And then, again, some similarities between Sebastian Rogers' case. So I'd like to go over this case. They did have a dog hit in the backyard a long, long time ago, right? And then they excavated more of the backyard, found his remains, medical examiner confirmed. Heartbreaking story. Yeah, like Lori Daybell, exactly. Bo, that's a very good comparison. Very good. Yeah, I mean, horrible, horrible, horrible. And it also, rings true about them finding, the scent in the backyard for Michael, and then I believe that they moved him, is my opinion. Um, and it's so sad. It's so sad. Um, I'm glad they found him finally, because it's like they were right there. They were in the spot, and then they finally found him, which is fantastic. So, I wish it would have gone differently, but I'm glad that they were able to find him. So I'd like to go over that case again. The mother has been detained. As far as I know, there's she is where she belongs, in my opinion, awaiting trial. Yeah, Kiki, just so sad. And he's only 6. So, really, really sad. I know. Kiki, I mean, this is the monsters. These are the monsters that would keep that knowledge away from her, and they just seem to enjoy it. And it is so sickening. And yeah, my heart just goes out to their family, because they're just such a nice family, and they never deserved any of this, Michael especially. Um, so, I try to keep up with updates there as well. But so many missing, and I saw you guys saying Summer Wells too. I heard there's a new sheriff in town in the Summer Wells case. So that's very interesting, because we were thinking, big time corruption in that case. So we may have to do some sort of a little update there as well. So we're gonna get on that. Tomorrow I would like to come on during the day again, probably a little earlier than I did today. So that way we can get an earlier start on things. But I would also like to maybe talk about the Murdoch case, even though there's a lot of pieces to it, and it's a big case. But there is going to be a retrial on that. So I'd like to kind of go over some of that as well. So we'll kind of like fit that in. And I also want to have Jennifer Aaron come back up and finish up our live because we still had a lot to talk about. Um, Mainly some excerpts from her book, Darvo Complex, and then also just how she made it through everything, and how she's here, to tell her story today. So a lot going on, a lot to talk about. You know, yes, a new share. I mean, exactly. Exactly. Oh, and yes, Anne Brock. Yes. Good to see you, Anne Brock. Yeah. Thanks, Kiki. They're doing the treatments. Yeah. And then he got to do the make a wish. Um, I can read it for you guys too. Here, I'll do that too before we get off here. Um, so, and it looks like they did have a good time as well. Um, Okay, so this is Mr. and Mrs. E's Crime Cast. It's been 2 months since we received Cole's devastating diagnosis. Cole said he wanted to fight, so we went to work. Mr. E contacted top cancer hospitals, trials, holistic doctors, and everything in between. Since then, he was accepted to a trial at Sarah Cannon Cancer Center. It is not a cure, but it is a new treatment that has been effective for other people who have a similar condition. He has received 2 treatments so far, and he has another scheduled for Friday. So that's this Friday, guys. He has an MRI tomorrow to see if it's helped slow down the cancer and the growth of the tumor. We have also changed his diet drastically and started getting high doses of vitamin C infusions every other day. All of this is in addition to all of the other alternative treatments we have been doing since the first tumor was removed. The high dose vitamin C has really helped with his pain management. And that's amazing news. It's sort of unbelievable how much it has helped alleviate his symptoms, and unbelievable that doctors won't prescribe it to cancer patients. Yeah, that is interesting. Insurance doesn't cover it, but it has been worth every penny to see him feel better. Oh, Cole, our thoughts and prayers are with you. And Mr. and Mrs. E are just such good parents. Our ultimate goal is to get him strong enough to get a possible T cell treatment that we found in the United Kingdom. It's not approved in the US, but we feel that this may be his only option for long term survival. We took Cole on his Make a Wish trip to New York City. He saw 5 Broadway shows, 3 of which Make a Wish scheduled. So Hamilton, Moulin Rouge, and Book of Mormon. Mom and Dad set up the other 2, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and Wicked. Make a Wish took care of our airfare, 2 shows, hotel, and food, and they took care of everything last minute. We're so grateful to them. Cole's original wish was to go to London to see shows at the West End, but since he could not travel that far, New York was his second choice. I'm so glad he got to do that. We were disappointed that Make a Wish didn't schedule any special activities for Cole, so Mrs. E got busy. We are lucky enough to have friends with contacts to many performers on Broadway. Cole got to go backstage for every show. He got to meet all of the stars of the shows, including Tom Felton. That gave him, or they gave him props, excuse me, they gave him props, signed uh, posters, and merchandise. But we feel like the best gift was their time. Oh, absolutely. They made him feel so special. The Broadway stars were so kind to him and spent as much time with Cole as he felt like spending with them. It was beautiful. The way that one contacted uh or excuse me, the way that one contact led to another contact and on made us feel like God had a hand in making his experience extraordinary for Cole. When the producers of Hades Town heard about Cole's story, he insisted that he meet Cole. Oh, he brought his Tony Award along. Hades Town is one of Cole's favorite shows. We were told over and over that all of Broadway knew Cole was in town and wanted to make it special for him. It certainly felt that way. Oh, that's such a wonderful thing, right, guys? Just reading it again just warms my heart. Hey, Tam, good to see ya. I know, Holly, isn't that great? Aw, I know. We gotta pray, guys, for Cole and these positive results, and hopefully he can get that T cell therapy. Um, Kiki, thank you for praying for Cole, guys. Yeah, that is a very cool wish. I love that too, right, KJ Mac? I would have had a ball. That would have been so fantastic, right? Aw, aw. Tam, yeah, I'm so glad that he got that opportunity, and they look like they had a blast too, guys. I'll show you the pictures. Um, and since the trip, Cole has declined in his ability to walk, in his ability to speak his thoughts well, and his ability to care for himself. He can still communicate and answers questions, but it's not the same. We are still hopeful that if the treatments work, these abilities will return. He has good days and bad days, but we are grateful for all days that we get to spend with our precious son. Cole's MRI is in the morning around 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are still praying for a miracle for Cole. We hope you will pray for Cole too. He is our heart, he is our love, he is our everything. Thank you for all of your continued prayers and support and love. We appreciate you all so much. Love, Mr. and Mrs. E. Okay, guys, we all know that's Mr. E right there, and we know that's Cole, their handsome son, just a sweetheart, and this is one of their cast photos. He looks like he had such a great time. Aw, wonderful. And, I think it's just such an exciting experience to be in New York on Broadway. I mean, oh my goodness. And everybody, doing their best to make Cole feel special, that just warms my heart. And there's our Mrs. E. She's so sweet. And everybody kind of just posing. There's the Book of Mormon, which I think would be hilarious to go see. So that's awesome. And here's some more pictures. Oh, and they have their playbills out. So cute. Oh, and there's what the award. Aw. I am just so glad that they had that opportunity, guys. And again, thank you all so much for your prayers. We do love the E family so much. Oh my gosh, guys, they are so sweet, and I'm telling you, just in real life, they are the best. Thank you, Robini. Yeah, that's right. Cole is the one and only goat. That's right, Tam. I know. They've really been through a lot, Bo. They really have. And just the way that they show compassion for other people and show up for others is just amazing. They're amazing people. They are such a good family. Um, yeah, I'm very proud to know them. So, thank you, Kiki. He does. Yeah, he does, IMO. Yeah. Yeah. And I wish we would have went out to dinner with everybody that night because it would have been nice to meet him. Um yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Um what are the jewels? I don't know what the jewels are. I sent Jen a heart with like little clouds on it, and that's what I sent her. But I don't know what they are. I don't know what the jewels are. All that is unseen. Good to see you. Um, yeah, they are amazing. They are amazing. They said everyone knew he was there, and they sent him home with so many props, hats, autographs, etc. Oh, I know, and that's so special. And I'm so glad they did that. Um, Make a Wish is a great organization where I don't know the specific criteria, but I do know that typically, there we go, that typically it's for people who have a terminal illness and they get to pick a wish. And then Make-A-Wish facilitates that. So I have some in my gift icon at the bottom of the screen. Oh my gosh, that's funny. All that is unseen. I tried it and I didn't know what it was. So oh, okay. Oh, you can buy them. All right. Oh, it's YouTube currency. Okay, it's like crypto. So many gems equals however much. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that. They said you have some to use, and I'm like, well, I'll give them to Jen. So yeah, maybe you bought some. Well, they told me I had some to use, and I don't remember buying them either. All that is unseen. Come to think of it, but I think they're maybe trying to be like TikTok or whatever, because on TikTok you can do that as well, and I think like Facebook also does that. So, oh, thank you, Witchy. Oh, the tulips, that's so sweet. Yeah, okay, the iPhones. I know, I have an iPhone too, and it's different on those. It is. Oh, okay. I think everybody got 1K of them when they rolled it out. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, I'll just be spreading those jewels around. You had some too, Kiki? That's funny. All right. That's funny. Chat participation gets you more jewels. Oh, that's well, I try to do that too. I try to chat as much as I can. If I go in and say hi, sometimes I'll be in the bushes, but that's funny. All that is unseen. Well, I hope that everything works out. I know it's such a tough situation. I hate cancer. I hate the fact that somebody has to search the world to find a treatment. And it's just horrible. It's not guaranteed. Um, yeah, I'm just praying that everything goes well. Well, thank you, Kiki. Aw. All right, guys. Well, I guess I better hop off here if I want to come back on tomorrow, which I do. And we'll continue on, the conversation with some true crime talk. Um, Again, we'll probably talk a little bit about Noel Rodriguez Alvarez, because we haven't talked a lot about his case, and I'd like to get it in the spotlight, especially now that they've found him and that sort of thing. So we'll talk more. That's right. FF Cancer. Nobody likes you. We don't want you around here. We're tired of you. I know, Kiki. And it's just, it takes the best people, or the best people have to go through it. And I hate that. So, Kiki, you're going to need a vacation from your vacation. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, guys. That's right. That's right. You have to go on Mr. and Mrs. E. Oh, did they make another post, Detroit? You're welcome, Robini. Thank you. Yes, YouTube creators don't make money when you buy coins like jewels to send them super chat, super sticker. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what gets me, which he is big pharma, right? Makes too much money to cure the cancer, and they'll keep trying to medicate it, right? Because there's money in treatments, but not in the cure. And I also find it interesting that if vitamin C is so helpful, which does boost your immune system, why wouldn't that be covered by insurance? Why wouldn't that be something the doctor would just prescribe holistically, right? Because I think maybe that's how they found out the holistic approach. Oh, I got you, Detroit. It's such a cool story. Yeah, yeah. I'm just glad they got that time together. That is so special, and I just love seeing his big smile. you know. I know, Kiki. That's the hard part, right? I mean, because the treatment is really what makes you sick. Um, you know. Yeah, very cool story. Yeah, and I just wish it wasn't that way. Um, you know. Yeah, vitamin C is amazing. I like to do the like the little packets of emergency and stuff like that. I need to start doing that more often. Although tonight I did make like a tea of what do they call it? The Bragg apple cider vinegar, and I did like a tea with the cayenne pepper and turmeric. Um, so I need to start getting in the habit of doing that as well. Because it's a good cleanse too. So, but oh, how Mr. E came about. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, so now I got it. Sorry, guys. My brain's a little mush by now. A PSA, the daily recommended allowance of vitamin C is way under what your body needs for its daily activities. Oh, see? KJ Mac, it's good for that's a good thing for everybody. I'm gonna bring that up to my friend. Thanks, Bo. I don't know what I would do without you guys. You guys are over here like, hey, lady, stay with us. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to bring that up to my friends as well about baby Aaliyah, because I mean, I wonder if that would help. Fire cider, it is. It was really spicy. I was like, I think I put a little bit too much turmeric or something, but the cayenne pepper is spicy too. So, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, the story about how Mr. E character was created. That's very cool. Oh, I need to check it out. Yeah, I need to pop more C myself. I do. We could have paid off the farm many times. Yeah, over the chemo, radiation, and 3 brain surgeries cost my late husband. All had brain cancer. I'm so sorry, Witchy. Oh my gosh. And it is. It's just like it's so tough because you want to be able to help them. You don't want to see them suffering, and it's hard. It's so hard. Hey, Brad. Good to see you, hon. I can't handle the crazy concoctions. All that is unseen, that's hilarious. Somehow that makes total sense to me. I can see you like, no. I'd be like, here, I made you some tea. And you're like, you're not giving me that. That's so funny. Oh, vitamin C could also activate the toilet response. That's good to know. Here, I'm going to go ham on vitamin C, and here we go. Mhm. I think everything in moderation is good, though, too. So, aw. Yeah, I need to look it up. I guess I've never heard it before. Okay, nutritionist lets you know. Okay, different amounts, and yeah, it probably depends, huh? Oh, Detroit, I bet you I will too. I know, and it's just been emotional. Oh my gosh, these stories really get me passionate. Yeah, I know, Kiki, with your dad. Oh my goodness. Seth was in chat. Was he in here last night? Seth, were you in here last night? No, I'm just kidding. He might be in the bushes. Um, Guys, he's been struggling with migraines and stuff lately. I know that. I know he woke up in an unpleasant manner last night, he said. Um, you know, ah, so no way, Satan, not today, honestly. All that is unseen. I'm over here drinking. It's good for you. You're like, no, hell no. Not just no. Yeah, he was in here last night, but he wasn't feeling well, Robini. I know. And I hate that. Um, yeah, just a quick stay. Yeah, he just said hello. Yeah, and prayers always for Seth. Again, we got to get back to those Pascal interviews and go over that because I've never gone over Seth's interviews, and I think that was probably a mistake on my part. I was mainly focused on what Chris and Katie were saying, but there's a lot of good information what Seth was saying, and just kind of fitting it into the timeline. So, um, that's funny. My shirt right now says all I need is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. That's what my shirt says. That's what I'm wearing, my bedtime shirt. It's like an oversized shirt, but that's because I was I needed to take a shower after watching that crap today. No, I'm just kidding. I did. I took a late shower today, so um well, good. All that is unseen. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, I'm glad you came in. Oh, yeah, that's right. Seth and Sebastian, we're praying for you guys. Um, I would love to go to Con, Brad. I don't know where is it this year? Where are they having it? I guess is a good. I should probably figure that out. So, good night, Kiki. I have another that says "Little Holy" with a lot of hood. Oh, that would be a cute hoodie. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, it's in Vegas? Ooh, we need to do a dragon trip to Vegas. I have never been to Vegas, by the way, so ooh, that's gonna be wild. Okay. ACDC, that's right, Robini. All right, rock on. Yeah, IML Vegas. Ooh, boy. We need to get it all together. Kiki, we're gonna need some time off for you. Witchy, let's go. Come on, Bo. Oh my goodness. I know there's like really cheap flights to Vegas, but somebody would have to meet me over here and help me. Caesar's Palace, yes. We can, we'd be calling Big Daddy to bail us out. No, I'm just kidding. We'd be like, we said we were gonna be good, but something happened. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that'd be hilarious though. We'd have a ball. I would love to go there, guys. Just, I know it's a little strange, but I think it'd be fun to listen to the guest speakers and hear what they have to say and, give us some pointers. I'm all ears, you know. I know. Me too, Kiki. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I definitely need some help getting there too. Oh my gosh. What happens at Lady Freedom stays at Lady Freedom's. I've been there several times. Oh my gosh. No, I've never gone. And I'm not a big gambler, but I think it'd be fun, to roll into the casino. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys are the best. I love you guys. Yeah, I'll have to look into Crime Con. I'm glad you said that, Brad. I don't know. Oh gosh, another trip. It scares me. I'm like the last one. No, the last trip was good. It was just that there were some hiccups. There were some hiccups, but Kiki says I'll drive. Oh my goodness, that's funny. We need a party bus. Is what we need. We needed to go to from one place to the other one. Aw, thank you, Witchy. All right, you guys. I will see you guys all tomorrow.